So what you're going to see me demonstrate here is working with a stage 1 couple. The goal being a enactment with a withdrawer. I've already worked a lot with the pursuer, so I understand her side of the cycle. Now you're going to see me work with the withdrawer and try to work towards an enactment. Let's just see what happens. And this is typically how it goes for you, Angela, when you see maybe something's going on with Austin and you want to get a little bit more out of him, because you know if you can help him, you can help us, and make you feel a little bit better, a little bit more calm, that we're doing okay. You know? You try to help him find some words. Tell him maybe he should be doing something different. Reading a book. Feeling something. Yeah. Look how quickly this happens. Where does this leave both of you?
I mean, I guess she's probably right, because this isn't a good place, and yeah.
Okay. So part of you actually believes what she's saying is true. That maybe I do need to be doing something different. I should be doing something better.
I guess.
If only I would just... Okay. What's that like for you?
I mean, it sucks, I guess. Yeah.
I can't imagine it not sucking. Being caught in this really vicious cycle, and the only messages you ever get is maybe she's actually right. Maybe I do need to be doing something different. Maybe there's other things I should be doing to make us better. How do you experience that, Austin?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's obviously not working now. It doesn't matter what I do, so.
It doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah. It doesn't work, so.
It doesn't work. No matter what I do, no matter what move I make, it's just not enough.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah. Doesn't change it.
Doesn't change it. No matter what I do, it's just not enough.
Yep. That's right.
Oof. I know you're breathing a lot, because I feel that too. I can't imagine what it's like to be in a relationship. Just feeling like you just can't reach it. Or you just can't make it happen no matter what you do. And so you resign to feeling what?
I don't know. Like, I guess just like I'm gonna keep failing. Yeah.
So you are in a place where you resign to just feel like you're going to keep failing at this. That no matter what you do, you just fail. When you say that, my stomach clenches up a little bit, my hands go a little bit tingly. Do you feel that right now? Where does the sense of failure land in your body?
I mean, I guess I kind of feel something.
You feel a little something around your chest?
Yeah.
Around your heart area? If that little something could talk to me right now and it had a little bit of a word, what would it say, or a phrase?
Maybe disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe somewhere around disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing an amazing job. This is not easy. This isn't easy. And so when those words come that you should be doing something different, or could be doing something better, or there's something that you need to do, right? And this washes over you, this feeling that you get around your heart and your chest, and it tells you it just feels like a disappointment, you know? What are you drawn to do with that? Like even right now, sitting here.
I don't really want to talk.
Yeah. You won't want to talk about it. No. What happens when you do?
I mean, at home I guess, like I might go play my guitar or go do some yard work or something.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet. Go play guitar, go do some yard work, anything to kind of create some space.
Yeah.
Help yourself feel a little bit better, kind of create some distance. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I get that. And I appreciate everything that you're telling me right now. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. You're telling me places that are always there, that happen this cycle, these messages that continue to get dumped on you, right? And then you have to go alone with this sense of disappointment or feeling like you're constantly not measuring up. When these words, your ears hear them, right? I know your body feels something very different, but your ears hear you should be doing something different. If only you would. That sense of that uncomfortable feeling in your chest washes over you, and it tells you, there's disappointment here in this relationship, that I just can't measure up, kind of thing. I'm constantly failing. What does Austin say about Austin?
Just kind of feel like a loser.
In those moments you feel like a loser. Do you feel like that right now? Even right now, I feel like a loser. When I don't feel like I'm measuring up in this relationship, I feel like a loser. Austin, is that pain when you close your eyes? Stay with me, stay with that feeling. You're doing an amazing job. This is new. This is new for you. This is new for us, okay? I need you to do something for me right now, all right? If that's okay, just, you can stay with that. Because no one deserves to feel like a loser and have to go away with it all the time. And I wanna try to give you a new experience in that pain. It's a lot. It feels like a lot to me. And I can't leave you there alone. Okay? And so I want you right now, as you feel that, as you feel that in your chest and around your heart, the place where you don't want to be is feeling like a loser, yet that's part of your truth here. You know that when you go away or you're silent, you go play guitar, you do yard work, you're trying to get away from it. But right here, I don't want you to. I want you to stay with me, okay? And I would love for you to turn to your wife. Turn to Angela and tell her that even right now, I feel like a loser.
So, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, your body's telling me, you've been inched away just a little bit. I'm not sure that I can do that. I'm not sure. Does it kind of feel like a big risk, or does it feel like there's a fear there or something else, Austin?
I don't know, just, I guess fear.
Just a little bit of a fear of not wanting to let her in, to turn to her and look at her and tell her that sometimes when you see silence or see me physically remove myself, that it's in those moments I feel like a loser, like I do right now. Okay, help me understand that fear a little bit. What is your body afraid of?
It just feels weak.
Weak. Okay, so to turn and to tell her that even right now I feel like a loser. You're saying that you don't want to be weak in her eyes. You don't want to come off as weak. Okay. And to tell her that would be to come off feeling like you're weak, maybe in her eyes. Do you feel weak? Okay. Thank you for telling me exactly why it's hard to let her in here. Why oftentimes she doesn't even get to see this, right? Not only do you not want, to not feel weak to the woman that you want to feel most strong for, but you've also spent a whole lifetime of taking this feeling like a loser or not enough, feeling like you have to go and be strong for other people. And so you take this and you hide it, you go away with it, in your attempts to make yourself feel better, but all the time just alone with it. It both impresses me and makes me sad. That you spend a lifetime of having to go alone with this place and no one ever gets to speak into it or tell you anything different. That you would never get a new experience of being loved or being reassured. And so while, on one side that makes complete sense to me, the other, I know if I let it just stay here, Austin, stay untouched, unrevealed, to your wife, that you'll continue to spend the rest of your life going away with your own pain. Feeling like a failure, like you're failing the people you love the most and feeling like a loser. And I don't want that for you. And so I'm curious. If you could just stay with me just a little bit and just look at her again and tell her, even in this place, this is hard. But when you see me go silent or you see me remove myself, I feel like a loser. Could you turn and look in your wife's eyes and tell her what's happening for you?
You can try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ange, yeah, I guess when you see me and I go do yard work or maybe go play my guitar, it's usually because I'm not feeling real good, I guess, about myself. Maybe feeling like a failure or a loser. Yeah. So I go do that.
I hate that you feel that way. I mean, I don't want you to feel like that. That's why I want to try to help you, I want you to feel different than that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Even right now, as he reveals these new parts of himself, right? Your body wants to activate something inside of you, has an energy to want to go towards his pain.
I don't want him to feel like that.
Of course you don't. You're trying to help him feel better. Is that kind of right?
Yeah.
That's how you're able to use your words. And even right now, as you see him feeling bad, you're trying to help him feel better.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful part of you. I don't want you to lose that. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come right back here, because what he just did here was take a huge risk on both of us. And I want to just tell him that he did a really great job, and I'm going to come right back to you because I want to understand what happens when your husband reveals these new parts of himself. Would that be okay, Ange? Okay. Thank you so much. Austin, you did an amazing job sharing and revealing parts of yourself that no one ever has really been able to see. Typically you keep them secret and hide them. And right here you did just the opposite of that. And then everything in your wife's body shifted and wants to know more of this place in you. And I know that it's scary, and I know that it's different, and I know that it's new and uncomfortable. But I truly respect what you just did there, because I know if we don't bring those out, and I know it's hard, that also you'll never be able to experience love in places you only experience failure and feeling like a loser and feeling bad about yourself. So you did an amazing job there. Thank you so much. I'm now going to just kind of shift and come over to your wife and really understand what happened for her when you revealed some of this new information, okay? It's new for her too. All right. Angela, I noticed everything in your body shift. You shift towards him. When he reveals that right here you just shared, he feels like a loser and like a failure, a disappointment in this relationship when you see silence or you see him physically remove himself in his attempts to try to feel better. How do you experience that right now?
I mean, it's really uncomfortable as he was talking. I just want to get him out of that space,
It's uncomfortable to see your husband's pain.
Yeah. I don't want him to feel like that.
Of course you don't. You do anything you can to try to make him feel better, try to make him not feel as bad. What do you do?
I mean, I feel like that's why I'm trying to say, try some different things.
Exactly.
Golly, I hate that he feels like that. And
I know you do. How do you feel to see him in pain?
Sad.
For sure. For sure. So your sadness drives you, that energy of that emotion drives you to say, hey, we've got to do something and get him out of that, right? And, I know because we've, worked this part of the cycle a little bit, is that your whole life has spent in positions of trying to help others go towards them in pain, find solutions and fix it and get them out of it. So it doesn't surprise me at all. That's exactly what you try to do here when you see your own man in pain. That's a beautiful part of you. It is a beautiful part of you. The other side of that is like, that's your move when no one's actually taught you how to lead with your sadness. And to lead with that is the driver of your words. Is when you feel sad, when you see your husband's pain, your body feels sad for him and it wants to do something about it. And so your move in that spot is to go try to tell him, hey, you've only ever been having to look for things that you could fix or find solutions to help people feel better. So that's exactly what you do right here, right? You go and you let him know, hey, in your best attempts to make him feel better, not feel so bad, you could do this and we could do that and you should do this, right? Because if you help him, you help us. Helps you not feel so sad when he feels better. Yeah. So of course you go and let him know all these things that he could be doing or should be doing differently. Because you've actually had a lot of success in that too. Why wouldn't you continue to try to do what has worked in the past? Right? And yet, Austin, when you hear those words, it's so much more than just those words. Your body feels that uncomfortable feeling in your chest. It tells you disappointment. I'm a failure. I'm a loser, right? And then what you want to do with that is you just want to go away with it in attempts to make yourself feel better. And yet the cycle takes this and twists it over here. And we've talked about this too, is it tells you when he's away and you're trying to, talk to him, maybe he doesn't care about what I'm saying. He's just gone. Right? And there's a sadness, and even from your story, that hits you. And that's the worst possible place you can be in. But something's going on with him. And so you do the very best thing that you can do. Which is you don't want to see him hurt, or when he's away something's going on. Makes you sad, makes you want to talk to him and tell him about it. So you use your words to try to pull him out of that place. And it tends to help you feel better and him. But the cycle twists it and turns it into something that he doesn't even get to see your helping messages. He doesn't even get to see the heart in those helping messages.
It makes him feel bad.
It makes him feel bad when you're just trying to help. And it comes off to him as this, the cycle dumps it on you and tells you you're just a disappointment, you're a failure, and you're a loser. And the only thing you can go then is just to be alone in your pain like you've done for years before. And so there you are, alone in your pain, and alone in feeling like a failure and a loser, and no one gets to actually speak into that or tell you anything different, right? Which is the worst possible scenario for you. He's hurting. And not with you, even worse, physically removes himself. But your body also senses when he's not there in his heart. And yet it tells you it must be something else, right? Other than him just kind of being sad and hurt and alone, and life hasn't really taught him to go towards other people in these places. So in your best attempts to try to help, to make him feel better, when your sadness comes online for him, you haven't been taught to lead in that. Not in the sadness, but with the words. And so then both of you are left alone, struggling, alone and sad, alone and scared and feeling uncomfortable. And unfortunately, the cycle has taken out all intimacy, all sense of connection in these places. It's really taken a lot from you. And so that's what we're doing here, is trying to bring those missing parts back. And I'm sorry it's done that to you. But we're here to try something different. Okay? So everyone, what you just saw happen there is I worked a lot with the withdrawer, getting a quick tip so I can get the structure of what's happening here, and an emotion word from the very beginning. Then I took a second pass at that temp, and that's when he revealed a new, different, and deeper part of himself. So his view of himself being a loser and a failure in this relationship. What I wanted to do with that then, since it was new, I wanted to go ahead and pass it to the partner. So that was our first enactment. And what you just saw there was an intrapsychic withdrawer block. He said, I don't want to do that because I would feel weak. And I needed to CPR that, so I named it. I gave permission for that block, and then I returned it. And that's where you saw the second enactment. And that's where he was able to pass it to his partner. What you also saw the pursuer do was she popped in because that pain is hard for her to hold. First of all, she's never really seen it, and not in those granular, very specific ways. And so it bothered her body. And so I knew that I needed to close validate her because I had to come back with the withdrawer and tie a bow around everything that he revealed that was new. And he needed to know that even if she can't respond, his body can take an experience of like, this was actually good to do. And so very important to come back to him, to let him know that he did a fantastic job. That's one attachment experience, right, that we're hoping to get into this relationship. And so then I needed to come back to the pursuer and really understand what happened in her body whenever she saw new parts of her husband be revealed in this relationship, things she's actually been asking for. But when those words are put to it by her partner, she activates in a very different way. So then from that, since we're stage one, I went ahead and tied that back into their cycle so they can see very clearly that there are missing parts of their vulnerability, that this cycle is actually stolen from them. And those are the parts we're trying to get back within this and just give them a big step 4 reframe of their cycle and see where they keep missing, especially around those parts of their vulnerability. So hope you enjoyed it.